Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well. So today I'm here to test some more products from the brand Technic. Technic? Yeah. I have only previously tried one of their products, which was a mascara, and that was about a couple of months ago, but I thought, you know what, let's try some more. So you can pick these items up in Wilkinson's. So I picked up 5 new products. I don't have a complete full face, unfortunately, just because when it comes to, for example, like foundation, they really didn't have any shades that would probably work with me, and they didn't have a big shade selection, so that was very unfortunate. I don't know if they do have more in other stores or in other locations, but they only had like 5 shades. Who's that going to work for? It's not going to work. I mean, it could work for me because I am obviously quite a pale skin type of person, but anyone that has a deeper skin tone than me, where they're going to find anything. And yeah, I wanted to try these products because they were just super cheap. So the most expensive product that I have is £5, and that was an eyeshadow palette, which I'll show you guys when I do my eyes. So yeah, let's just get on with it. So I have done face milk obviously, and primer and foundation and concealer, and then let's start off with the powder. So I do have the superfine matte pressed powder in the shade Snow White. So this was, so on the receipt it just says the brand and then the pricing, so I can only imagine this was either £2 or £2.50. So let's have a closer look. When I took off the sticker just now, I realised that there is a little sponge at the bottom. We'll see how it goes. I'm not the biggest fan of these sponges, but let's see how it goes. Yeah, so this is in the shade Snow White. Let me just, yeah, I mean, it's just white. I don't know how you use these kind of sponges. Yeah, I'm just going to go in with my powder brush just because it'll just be so much easier. So I heard of Technique before, like I have seen their products in a lot of stores, I think in a couple of beauty stores as well, but when I saw them in Wilkinson's, they've got a really nice stand. And I know recently Steph Toms did a kind of sponsor video with them. I don't think I actually watched it for some reason, but I have seen her picture in the Wilkinson's that I went to, so that was really nice to see her there. And yeah, the stand is just quite nice. It's got a big selection of products, but again, it doesn't cater to everyone's skin tone, so that's really very frustrating, to be honest, because it's the same with Body Collection, because they have a stand right next to the Technic one in Wilkinson's, and then you have an Essence one as well, which I love Essence. They're such a great brand as well. But again, the shade range is pretty bad, and I don't know if it's because of space, but if you're trying to sell products to all these, to your customers, you know, everyone's going to be a different skin tone to each other. Oh, I just realised there's a mirror in there. And you know, you should really have on display as many shades as you can. But that's just my opinion. So that powder seems quite nice. It's a matte powder. Like I said, I realised there's a mirror in there. That's why the case is probably quite big. So again, for £2 or £2.50, quite good so far. So we're going on to blush next, and this is the R18 blush, and it's got a nice little embossing on it, like a kind of leopard print kind of thing. So again, they did have a few shades, and this was probably one that I feel like would probably cater more to me, even though I really like to kind of emphasize on my cheeks. But we'll see how this looks today, and yeah, it's giving me a nice glow so far. Even looking in the mirror, it's quite subtle, but I feel like these ones you can build up, so that's working out quite nicely. And it is, I believe, a matte powder as well. Yeah, a matte blusher, it doesn't matter. So liquid blush or matte blush doesn't bother me, even though obviously if it was a liquid blush, you'd rather do it before you powder down. I probably have put too much on, which you can probably see, but again, I really like to just look quite red on my cheeks when it comes to blushing, so just kind of blend it out a little bit more. It was quite nice actually, and I think, yeah, this must have been either £2.50. And yeah, what else did I pick there? I think they had like face oils, they had mascaras. which I picked. I've got a mascara from the last one, so I really don't need another one. And I think they just have like a standard full face there, but I just didn't want to get everything because it would have been a bit too much money. So let's go on to highlighter, and this is one of the only highlighters that I could find there, but it's a collection of 4. So this is the Mega Glow highlighter. So this one I can kind of tell this would cater to a lot of people if I could open it, because there is 4 different shades, and when I first looked at them, I'm like, they look either chalky or they could be quite crumbly. I haven't tested it yet, so let's give them a swatch really. So that's the first one. Yeah, that's a little bit chalky. I mean, it was either £2, it was probably £2.50, and the second one, okay, that's a gold one, that's quite nice. That's more pigmented. And then the last one, which is this probably one that I probably won't ever use. It's like a deeper gold one. And let's see. Oh, that's nice. That'd be nice as like an eyeshadow shade as well. Yeah, I don't know which one to kind of use because they all, I mean, I feel like this one might be a bit more, for me, might stand out a bit, but let's see what happens because I could be completely wrong, but let's see how it works on my brush. Okay, yeah, that's got a bit of an icy feel to it. That's nice actually, £2.50. Again, and you get a selection of 4, so that's not too bad. Although if you just want one really good one, they do have individual ones, but I don't know what they were like. They didn't look like they were highlighters in there, like they were kind of shaped like this, but when it said highlighter, I was like, that just looks like a matte powder. I could have been completely wrong, but let's try one of the darker ones as well to see if that kind of picks up on top of it. That gives it a bit more. That's, yeah, that definitely does. And on this side, I like to pile on a highlighter because it's a gloomy day today, another gloomy day in London, so it's going to powder down a bit more on the top. But yeah, this weekend is definitely going to be very gloomy, so that's nothing new when it comes to spring and in London. So yeah, highlighter is quite nice. Again, you get a selection of 4, so it's not like you run out of shades or anything, but yeah, that seems quite nice. So let's go on to eyeshadow. So this eyeshadow, when I saw it, I was like, this is not an exact replica, but basically a replica of a Too Faced palette. So this is the Exposed palette by Technic, of course. Let me take it out of the packaging. So this was £5, and this basically reminds me of the Too Faced Born This Way Naked palette, and I'll put up a picture here so you guys can have a look. But the layout is basically the same. And it smells horrible. You know that new makeup smell that Makeup Revolution kind of used to have with their eyeshadow, like a really strong, I don't know, it's kind of like a chemical smell, but it is a really strong smell that is not really a smell that I like, but hopefully it won't stay on my eyes. But yeah, this was £5, and the Too Faced palette is £35. So you're almost paying like, I mean, I don't know if the quality is still the same. I've heard really nice things about the Too Faced palette. I haven't used Too Faced in a really long time just because a lot of their products don't really seem to appeal to me anymore. Just because they're all quite the same and the pigments are just not amazing. But I will try this palette today and see how it goes. So for £5, let's see what we can do. So there are no names on them. No, at the back it's literally just nothing. Yeah, so they're pressed pigments. I don't really know what that means, but let's have a look. So I'm going to start off with this one just here. And when it comes to nudes, I try my best to do what I can. I'm not the best at doing nude looks. I'm going to tap off some excess because I did pick up quite a bit. There's a bit of fallout in the pan as well. And the only thing I have on my eyes is the foundation. So I'm just going to, oh, that's gone on quite nicely actually. I'm not going to try and go too high today, even though I say that every video and I tend to go really high. So, wow, okay. that's that's picked up a lot, and that's gone on quite well, to be honest. I never really tend to go for nude eyed looks as much as I go for like super colourful ones, but I'm trying my best to be a bit more different. So that's why I picked up this palette. They did have some other eyeshadow palettes as well that are a bit more colourful. I think they must have been about £7-8, which I guess isn't as much as, which isn't that much more than this one. But I thought I would try this one because it looks exactly the same as that Too Faced one I mentioned. So this has gone on really nicely, actually. I mean, I'm surprised, but you know, like I say this a lot recently, where a lot of like high street makeup tend to be a bit better these days compared to some high-end ones, because you really don't need to spend £70-80 on an eyeshadow palette compared to some, you know, £5. If you want to spend that money, obviously do it, I don't care, but there's a lot of dupes out there. So let's go in with this darker one in the corner, and just to kind of, just slightly on the corners to kind of blend out, just to make it a bit more defined if I can. And then that's, oh, that's nice. It's a nice chocolate shade, so that's nice. Okay, that's pretty good. Again, I'm only taking like the slightest amount, and it's catching on really well, to be honest. Okay, wow, I am genuinely surprised how nice this is. Yeah, there's so many like palettes these days where they're £4 or £5, and sometimes they can be absolutely shit, but then sometimes there can be ones that are just take you by surprise. So this one's definitely taken me by surprise in a nice way. I'm just going to go back in with that first shade on the top just to make that a bit more stand out. Brilliant. Okay, so that second shade did go on really nicely, and then now I'm going to go in with, just going to try and figure out which one to go in next. I might go kind of this one on like the rest of the lid and then end with a shimmer. Okay, I just dug my nail in a couple of shades. Very nice. I'll sort that out later. I hate getting things under my nails. I don't have long nails that much anymore because of me when I pick my skin and stuff, so that is an incentive for me to not do that anymore if I have shorter nails, even though I love having longer nails, but alas, I cannot do that anymore. So yeah, that was annoying. Yeah, my nails are not even that long, so I don't know how that even caught, but anyway, I'm just gonna carry on, and that shade is looking quite nice. Again, I'm just using it to kind of finish off the top of my lid, so it's not being a main shade really, it's just there to transition slightly. Okay, very nice. This is looking really nice. I'm actually quite surprised. Okay, and God, I made a mess on my table. So now I'm going to go in with a shimmer, and have I got my flat brush? Yes, so I'm going to get a shimmer, and I feel like I want to go in with maybe this one at the bottom here, and we're just going to put that on. Ooh. Again, coming off a little bit chunky, but it's okay. So I'm going to put it here and outwards. So, okay. Ooh. Ooh. I'm just making weird noises. This, I mean, there's a lot of mess in this palette, and it's not just because I've dug my finger in there, but it is just a little bit of fallout just all around. Okay, it's good. Yeah, this is good for £5. Again, I just keep on saying the same thing, but genuinely, if you want to maybe, you know, try something different, because there's so many palettes out there by the same brands that are always going to be quite similar. Like you've got your Revolutions, you've got your Elf, and you know, Rimmel and all that stuff. But you know, sometimes with these kind of not lesser known brands, but just brands that are not as out there, as some other brands tend to be just really good. So I'm going to go in with this icy shade here, and I'm going to use that in my inner corner just to make it pop. So that looks like a kind of highlighter shade anyway, but I'm going to put that here. Didn't come out that well. Okay, this one might not be as great. I'm not going to do anything on my lower lash line today, but I do. Okay, that hasn't really come out that well. That's fine. So, thoughts on the palette? I do really like it. It's a good dupe for the Too Faced one, even though I haven't tried that one. But if you want to spend £5 compared to £35 or however £45 that palette is, then yeah, this is pretty good. So let's go on to mascara, and I have tried this before on camera a while ago when I purchased it, but it's the Intoxicate mascara. So I'm just going to quickly go in with that, and then we'll finish up on the lips. So let's do this. And I think when I bought the mascara, it was only, it must have been about the set about £3, £3-4. So yeah, it's not too bad. At least like when I know with Too Faced their makeup smells nice. But obviously like no shade Too Faced, but I just don't really buy from them anymore, because I mean when I first started purchasing their stuff, it was when I first got into makeup, because they were a brand that everyone was talking about, and I was like, if I really want to get into makeup, I'll get their stuff, because you know, decently priced, and people say good things. And then, you know, when I started using them, the pigments tend to fail a little bit. But this is not a video bashing Too Faced. This is just me talking about, you know, the kind of expensive makeup isn't always the way to go. And I'm a big advocate of, you know, going to high street makeup and, you know, occasionally treating yourself. But that's because money for me has always been something that I can't continuously spend on, like a Natasha Denona palette or Charlotte Tilbury and things like that. So that's why Revolution have always been one of my favourite brands. But anyway, so much rambling. Let's finish on the lips. So they do have liquid lipsticks, and a lot of them tend to be all nudes. And this was the darkest one that I could find, and this is in the shade Hellraiser, which is pretty good. The name of it is not even on here. It was on the packaging. So yeah, number 4, Hellraiser. So I'm just going to quickly do this off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so one thing I actually quite like about this, it smells like sherbet. Like it's the weirdest smell ever, you know, like lemon sherbet. It literally, lemon sherbet, it literally smells like that, but it feels really nice on my lips as well, even though I had it all over my teeth. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, this is my finished look. I really like everything, to be honest. I think everything has come together really well. The palette I do really like. It's probably my favourite thing out of everything. But to be honest, I mean, if there was a least favourite thing, maybe the highlighter probably wasn't as amazing, but it still does look really nice. It's just that it's just a little bit chalky, but still it gives off a really nice glow. Powder is fine. Blush really nice as well. But yeah, this is most of my full face with Technic makeup. Let me know what you think. Have you tried anything from the brand before? Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias, because I'm always active on there. And yeah, I hope to see you guys very soon. I hope you're having a good week. Bye.